It can't be love. With someone as beautiful as Jennifer, anyone can. Anyone who abandons her will regret it for the rest of his life. I heard that the actress had really been hurt by love, and I also heard that she entered the entertainment industry because of that person. Jennifer, the host couldn't help but remind. Jennifer came back to her senses and said with a smile, "Okay, there is a temporary problem next. I hope Mr. Jiang will not mind." "No." Jennifer was ladylike and polite. "We need you to call the person you regret the most in your life and tell them the thing you regret the most," the host said excitedly. Jennifer was silent for a long time. The comments in the live broadcast room also became crazy. I don't know what the most regretful person or thing is for the actress. There are also some who are regretful. It seemed as if they had been silent for a century. The comments in the live broadcast room are urging. "I'm so nervous. Who could keep Jennifer silent for so long?" I saw her holding the phone with such force that her knuckles turned white. Who is the other party? It's too suspenseful. My heart is about to break. Is this the person who hurt Jennifer? I have such a bad temper. I can't wait. Just when I thought Jennifer might hang up the phone, she asked me in a deep voice, "Why did you leave me? Was it because I was poor?" As soon as the words came out, the live broadcast room exploded. OMG. My movie queen was really abandoned. Who is who? Who is so blind as to abandon the queen of the screen? He must be regretting it so much now. Jennifer must not forgive him. Absolutely not. I looked at my bony arms, smiled, and said, "Jennifer, can you lend me $100,000? Jennifer in the live broadcast room smiled. She is still as beautiful and charming when she smiles. But her smile is so heartbreaking. Fans in the live broadcast room consoled one after another. "Don't laugh. This kind of person is not worth it. Jennifer, you are the most perfect in our eyes. It's his loss that he doesn't know how to cherish you. Who is this man? I want to find out who he is. He made our Jennifer so sad." Jennifer hung up the phone. His expression returned to calm in an instant. She said to the host indifferently, "Now I have no regrets, only." The comments in the live broadcast room were all full of support for the host's words. Occasionally there would be a sentence or two cursing me. Then it's Daniel's turn next. The host said to Daniel enthusiastically. Daniel's eyes were red, as if sparkling with tears. "Okay," Jennifer agreed. Jennifer's expression changed visibly. She gritted her teeth and said, "Su Kai, you are really disgusting." Jiang Mao led the way angrily. "I told you I can go back by myself." "How can that be? Work is not as important as you," Lukey said seriously. I didn't hesitate and got into Lukey's car. "Yeah." I smiled faintly. I looked into her red eyes. I couldn't tell for a moment whether I was sad or angry. "I haven't spoken yet. I really don't have that kind of life." The car stopped. I looked at the unfamiliar garage and hesitated to go down. "Why? Do you want me to open the car door for you?" Jennifer mocked me. Jennifer. The car door had been slammed open by her. She dragged me into the elevator again and took me to her house. Luxurious large flat, with a bird's-eye view of the entire city at night. I still remember that winter when we were still hugging each other in the basement to keep warm. I was freezing and began to fantasize. I want a big house, a very big house with large French windows so I can see the night view of the whole city. The heating in the house is strong enough so I can stay naked at home in the winter. The kind that runs. Now Jennifer has made it happen. I was standing in the huge living room, feeling stiff and a little at a loss. At that moment, Jennifer suddenly pulled me to the sofa, sat directly on my lap, and hugged my neck. She said, "Thomas, this is what you said." "No." I tried to push her away, but I couldn't bear to hurt her. "But I really don't want to. I don't want to be like this with Jennifer. I don't want to completely leave her world in such a terrible way. A room full of chaos." Suddenly, Jennifer's cell phone rang. Urgent ringing sounds rang in my ears. She finally answered. "Jennifer, I have a fever of degrees. Where are you? Can you come to my house and take me to the hospital?" Daniel's weak voice came from the other end of the phone. "I feel so bad. Jennifer, can you please come quickly?" Jennifer got off me, put on her clothes, and left without looking back. I lay on the sofa with a pale face. Wang Mei, who had been keeping a close eye on the phone call she had just made to Daniel, Didn't know what she would do after she came back. I was bored and visited her house. I walked into her bedroom. I sat at her desk and saw her diary. It turns out that Jennifer also has the habit of writing a diary. Thomas is such a good man. He shouldn't give up everything for my dream. Lukey is right. Year month day? Thomas was away for half a year. Year month day? Thomas was away for a year. This year, I have been immersed in my role every day. It seems that only in this way can we forget the unpleasant things in real life. Year month day? Thomas was gone for 500 days. Today is his birthday. Is he doing well? Are you married and have children with Lukey? I wish you happiness. Year month day? I want to listen to the wind and rain by the Uri Lake and feed pigeons under the blue sky. I want to tell Thomas. Some scenery is not as beautiful as imagined. Year month day? Thomas was gone for 2 years, 2 months, and 3 days. During this period, I have been taking on many roles and announcements, and have been active on the screen. Will Thomas see it? Will he regret it? But he said she would never regret it. Year month day? Thomas was gone for 2 years, 7 months, and 6 days. Today, I fell down from the air while hanging on a wire during filming. What if Thomas and Lukey have a bad time someday? He could just move here. Year month day? Thomas was gone for 3 years, 5 months, and 6 days. My resources in the entertainment industry are getting better and better. My reputation is getting worse and worse. Many people are scolding me. The lethality of cyber violence is even greater than I imagined. I was depressed for a while. During that time, a fan named Shigong Bufu kept sending me private messages to encourage me. But it wasn't so active before. I remember that every year on my birthday, he would send me a message. Jennifer, happy birthday. May you live a long life. I was deeply impressed by him because of the blessing, live a long life. After all, after I became famous, I had many fans who sent me birthday wishes. Not everyone will remember. And during the time when I was at my lowest point, he was the one who stayed with me and comforted me. He said everyone falls down sometimes, and all you have to do is get up. He said I was the most hardworking actor he had ever seen. He said even if the scripts were not good, he saw how serious I was about the role. He said he could feel my passion for acting. He also said that one day I would become a movie queen. He seemed to know exactly what I wanted to hear. I have to admit that I seemed to be healed by him. Year month day? Thomas was gone for 3 years, 7 months, and 3 days. I took on an art film. My agent was mad because I needed to spend 8 months in the Northwest shooting this film. This meant I would lose a lot of other roles and lose a lot of announcements. But I don't want to keep wasting my popularity like this. I want to calm down. I was too impetuous before. He said he wanted to go to Durrani to experience the gorgeous fireworks in fairy tales. He was going to Changbai Mountain to enjoy the luxury of rich people taking a hot spring bath in the snow. He wanted to go to Mount Huashan, and she wanted to climb to the top to watch the sunrise and sunset. He wanted to go to Tibet, the place closest to the sky. He wants to go to the grasslands of Inner Mongolia to gallop on horseback. I asked him why he left me. Was it because I was poor? What I actually want to ask is, now that I have money, can you come back? Instead of answering me, he asked me to borrow 100,000 yuan. That moment, my heart is chilled to the core. It's not that I can't stand the fact that he asks me to borrow money right away, but his bland and cold tone makes me feel deeply that he is really far away from me. I hung up the phone directly. I think I should have no regrets. I went to the Northwest to film a play for 8 months. There is no reason for me to refuse him. After the live broadcast ends, I was sitting in the nanny car, and the staff were all congratulating Daniel and me. Jennifer didn't come back that night. I fell asleep curled up on her sofa. When I woke up, it was already daylight. Jennifer is back too. She was holding breakfast in her hand. Come over and eat. Jennifer and I went to Changbai Mountain as our first stop. I heard that there is still snow there that hasn't melted. We checked into the hotel, changed into our swimsuits, and went to soak in the hot springs in the snow. I was wrapped in a large bathrobe. Jennifer is already in the private bath. She laughed at me. Why are you wrapping it so tightly? It's not like you haven't seen it before. I'm not embarrassed. I was just afraid that she would be scared when she saw my bony body. I hesitated, but finally took off my bathrobe and walked into the hot spring. I huddled in a corner. We were far apart. Jennifer looked at me for a long time and suddenly walked towards me. She grabbed my arm. her eyes full of anger. After all these years with Lukey, is this how your life has become? Isn't skinny beauty popular now? Don't the male stars in your entertainment industry? It's all like this. Jennifer suddenly bit my arm, and I couldn't help but scream in pain. She let go of my arm and said to me fiercely, "It's so ugly." Then he left the hot spring angrily. I looked at Jennifer's back. She has a great figure. The white and slender legs, the devilish figure, are so charming and attractive. After Jennifer left, I soaked in the hot spring for a long time. I ate a whole steak. I haven't eaten this much in years. After eating, my stomach felt uncomfortable. I want to vomit, but I don't dare. I choked there and tossed and turned in my sleep. "Are you feeling unwell?" Jennifer, who was sleeping next to me, suddenly asked me from behind. We still slept in one bed. Only, there was a distance of at least 3 people in between. Jennifer didn't do anything inappropriate with me. That night, it was just an accident. I ate too much, I said uncomfortably. Her warm hands caressed my stomach and kneaded it gently. I pursed my lips tightly and remained stiff without moving. Jennifer was chasing me. I vaguely heard her asking me to slow down. The voice was filled with panic. As expected, I fell off the horse. My nose was bleeding from the fall. A lot of blood flowed. I couldn't stop it for a long time. Jennifer was at a loss. She supported me and took me to the hospital. I refused it no matter what. "If we go to the hospital, won't everything we've been hiding from her be exposed?" She scolded me. "You don't want to live anymore, do you?" "No." I shook my head honestly. "I just don't have long to live." "Are you afraid that I will die?" I suddenly asked her. Jennifer said coldly, "It's best if he dies, so he won't harm others." But after that day, Jennifer never took me horseback riding again. She accompanied me for a walk on the grassland. During those days, I often heard her answering the phone in the middle of the night. It was either the agent calling or Daniel calling. I knew I was holding Jennifer back. Jennifer is on a roll right now, so she should take advantage of this popularity, consolidate their position in the entertainment industry, rather than suddenly disappearing. It's me, being willful. "Jennifer, let's go back," I suddenly said. At this moment, she was sitting in front of the computer in the hotel, making a plan for traveling to Tibet. It will take longer to go to Tibet than in Inner Mongolia, so there is more to consider during the journey, and she does it very carefully. She raised her eyes and looked at me. I said, "Lukey called to urge me to go back." I saw Jennifer smile, laughing till tears came out. She said, "Thomas, I'm funny, right?" I remained silent. I really am like a fucking dog. Jennifer angrily smashed the computer into pieces and threw it on the ground. Then he slammed the door and walked out. When I saw the blood on the back of her hand, I didn't have the courage to ask her to stay. The next day, I packed my bags and prepared to leave on my own. When I opened the door, I saw Jennifer standing at the door. For a moment, I felt that she didn't go anywhere last night and was right here. My heart aches so much that I feel suffocated. His face remained calm and indifferent. "Go to Shanghai," said Jennifer. I stared at her in a daze. "It won't take up too many days of your time," Jennifer said coldly and stubbornly. I still followed Jennifer to Shanghai and went to Disneyland. It is exactly as she said. It won't be delayed for a few days. I still followed Jennifer to Shanghai and went to Disneyland. It is exactly as she said. It won't be delayed for a few days. We went to watch the fireworks, and amid the screams of the crowd, we watched the fireworks flying all over the sky slowly dissipate. Like life, it disappeared. I turned around and secretly looked at Jennifer beside me. She wore a baseball cap and a mask, fully armed to cover herself. But at that moment, I still clearly saw the brilliance in her eyes. Just like the rest of her life, there was a lot of beauty in it. When I lowered my eyes, someone suddenly hugged me tightly. My heart was beating fast. Jennifer and I traveled for 2 months. We lived in the same room and slept in the same bed. Except for the first night we arrived in Changbai Mountain when she rubbed my stomach, there was no intimate behavior between us, and we never even held hands. Sometimes I even feel that Jennifer is deliberately keeping a distance from me. This moment. But I couldn't reach out to push her away. She hugged me for a long time. She let me go. Her eyes were still as clear and bright as when I first met her. She stood on tiptoe and kissed my lips through the mask. She said, "Thomas, eat well from now on." I nodded, nodded desperately. Tears kept welling up in my eyes. I couldn't utter a word. I was afraid that as soon as I opened my mouth, the defense I had maintained for so many years would collapse in an instant. We returned to the hotel. I thought after tonight, Jennifer and I were done. We will have no regrets for each other. But before dawn the next day, Jennifer's phone started ringing nonstop. Because she was on the hot search. Hashtag new actress Jennifer is suspected of cheating. Her innocent image collapses. Hashtag Jennifer and a handsome man kiss passionately when they go to Disneyland. Hashtag Jennifer Daniel breakup. Hashtag Jennifer has been answering phone calls all morning, and the matter seems serious. In the afternoon, Jennifer's agent came to Shanghai. The agent glanced at me, and his eyes showed extreme disgust towards me. She and Jennifer were discussing PR in the room, and they started arguing. The agent threatened, "Jennifer, I can make you famous, but I can also ruin you and make you lose everything. I don't care." Jennifer was unmoved. The agent slammed the door and left angrily. But in the evening, the agent came back again. She said, "I'll send her away first." No, Jennifer refused. "Jennifer, I want to leave," I said. "Temple search. Do you think Lukey didn't see our photos being circulated online?" She questioned me. "I haven't spoken yet," she said firmly. "I'll take care of it." I was stunned for a second. The agent got excited. "You handle it." "How do you handle it?" Jennifer was about to quarrel with the agent again. I said, "Jennifer, I don't need you to handle anything for me. I need to go back and explain to Lukey." Jennifer's face was grim. For a moment, I thought Jennifer wanted to strangle me. But in the end, she just said coldly, "Whatever." After saying that, he turned around. I didn't look at her back. I just said to the agent, "Please, Daniel." The agent took me out of the hotel through the back door. There was a nanny car parked there. The moment I got in, I saw. The first thing he said when he looked at me was, "Thomas, what did you promise me?" Appeared in front of Jennifer. When I broke up with Jennifer, I promised Daniel that I would never. The three of us were high school classmates. Later, Jennifer and I went to Beijing for college, and Daniel also went to Beijing for college. Lukey has a very good personality, and over time, we became good friends who can talk about anything. So much so that in the end, I asked Lukey to help me leave Jennifer. Although Daniel also moved to Beijing, his family is in business, his parents have extensive connections, and his family is well off. They were all sold. When I was in the second grade of junior high school, my father was hacked to death because he owed too much debt from gambling. I was raised by my grandmother. After I was admitted to university, my grandmother fell ill and passed away. Jennifer has no father. After her father died in a car accident, her mother remarried and took her with her. After remarrying, her mother gave birth to a younger brother. Her mother devoted all her energy to the family she had rebuilt and ignored Jennifer, who lived like an orphan. For a long time, I felt that the reason Jennifer and I were together was because we appreciated each other. We all have unfortunate families, which is why we understand each other better. At the beginning, I always thought that Jennifer was just unlucky. After all, her face would be a big hit with a little packaging. Later, when Jennifer was injured during a filming, I learned from Daniel that Jennifer had turned down many social engagements because of me, and her face, which I was so proud of, had become an obstacle to her development. Many investors had evil intentions when they saw her face, and she would be maliciously suppressed if she refused. For 2 years, Jennifer had to do difficult stand-in jobs for the lead actors and the crew in order to support our lives with little income. One mistake after another, he fell from the 2-meter-high platform and almost broke his leg. That day in the hospital, Daniel slapped me in the face, and the next moment he broke down and begged me to leave Jennifer. He said, "If you just leave Jennifer, I will find capital to make her famous. As long as there is a platform, Jennifer can become a big star. How much money do you want to leave Jennifer? Just name it. I will give you everything I have." I asked him, "Do you want me to leave her before you help her?" Daniel said categorically, "I'm not that great." I saw Jennifer lying on the hospital bed covered in wounds. Looking back, every time I went to the set, I saw Jennifer's humble attitude towards everyone. Thinking of the cold underground room that Jennifer and I lived in for so many years. She could really go further, much further. I agree. But I didn't take Daniel's money. But Daniel finally gave me 1 million. That 1 million actually saved my life at some point. Less than half a year after I left Jennifer, I was diagnosed with leukemia. Lukey always thought that I chose to leave Jennifer because I was sick. I have no explanation. I also don't want to destroy Daniel's image as a man of honor in Lukey's mind. He really made Jennifer's life better. I even felt a little grateful to Daniel later. Is there any way I can help Jennifer? I asked Daniel. I knew he wouldn't come to me for no reason. The last time he approached me, he had already thought of everything so that I would have to leave Jennifer. This time too. She said, Thomas, don't blame me. You can see it yourself. You and Jennifer can't be together at all. As long as the outside world believes that Jennifer is a cheater, her relationship will collapse immediately. Once her relationship collapses, various contracts will be broken, and some of them require compensation for breach of contract. Now, if Jennifer's contracts are added together, she will definitely go bankrupt and even be heavily in debt. Just get to the point. I looked at Daniel calmly. Daniel was also very direct. You came forward to clarify with Jennifer. You said that you were the one who abandoned her. Now that Jennifer is doing well, you want to be with Jennifer again, but Jennifer rejected you. You were unwilling to give up, so you made a request, asking her to accompany you to Disneyland to watch the fireworks, and then stop bothering her. Jennifer agreed, but you cheated and kissed her, thinking you could win back Jennifer. Not only did Jennifer hate you, but you didn't expect it to turn into such a terrible situation. Now Jennifer has completely ignored you. You regret it very much, so you told the truth. You hope everyone can believe Jennifer. Everything is your fault. I listened to Daniel's words and thought for a long time. Is that it? Jennifer's agency, and I will handle the PR afterwards. You just need to do this well. Daniel said firmly, and then added, Don't worry, we won't treat you unfairly. Meaning, she will give me money again. Okay. I agreed. I didn't hesitate 5 years ago, let alone now. I'm about to die. My only last wish is that Jennifer can live well and live a good life. So early the next morning, I recorded the video and posted it online. As soon as the video came out, it quickly became a hot search. Hashtag Jennifer cheated on her with her first love. Her first love took the initiative to clarify for her hashtag. Hashtag reversal. Jennifer was plotted against by her first love, who took all the blame hashtag. Hashtag Daniel speaks up for Jennifer and firmly believes in Jennifer hashtag. At that moment, I received a call from Jennifer. Who forced you to do this? Sister Hong? Or Daniel? Jennifer asked angrily. Sister Hong is her agent. She is a well-known female devil in the entertainment industry for her tough tactics and her unscrupulous approach to achieving her goals. I did this voluntarily. Why? Jennifer didn't believe it. What good will it do to you? I received 2 million from your agent. Jennifer was silent for a long time. I don't know what her mood is right now. All I know is that I'm numb from the pain. After a long while, Jennifer's tone suddenly became frighteningly calm. She said, My current net worth is less than 2 million. You can't even lie. Your agent said that if your house fails this time, you will lose everything, not to mention the 2 million. Why don't you believe me? People are all realistic. As long as we announce our relationship officially, my innocent persona will remain and I won't fall apart. The only person I feel sorry for is Daniel. But my agency will handle this and they won't give up on me. I'm making a lot of money now. Jennifer's voice was slightly choked with sobs. I bit my lips tightly and dared not make a sound. At this time, I was also in tears. Why don't you believe me? It was like this back then, and it's like this now. Didn't I say I would take care of it? Jennifer asked me in a lost voice. I took a deep breath and said calmly and indifferently, Forget me. I'm not worth it. Jennifer is still the top star. She and Daniel are still a popular couple. They have appeared in many dating variety shows together and traveled together. They would visit each other's sets, and they would go home together. Go shopping together, go in and out together. I am occasionally pulled out by the media to fake my body, in addition to causing a wave of. The traffic is more to highlight the relationship between Jennifer and Daniel. I haven't been to the hospital for a checkup for half a year. The hospital called me several times, but I ignored them. It wasn't until that morning when I woke up that I saw blood all over the bedside. I was still scared. So I went to the hospital anyway. But I was too dizzy and weak at the time, so I had to ask Lukey for help. Lukey has been with me all the way. But this time, when she saw me for the first time, she couldn't help but burst into tears. She said, "Thomas, how did you ruin yourself like this?" "I didn't ruin myself. I am suffering from illness and I cannot control it. In fact, I really ate well." Lukey took me to the hospital. They told me to go for a checkup every month, but I didn't go. Now it's better. The condition is serious. It's very serious. I asked her, "How long can I live?" The doctor said nothing. Lukey was also very nervous beside him. "It's okay. I can accept it." I said calmly, "A month," the doctor said, then added softly, "Maybe less." My heart still ached a little. It turns out I only have 1 month left. When I was diagnosed with leukemia, I thought I was going to die. After persisting for so many years, I have always been prepared to die. When it really came to this moment, it seemed a little hard to accept it. But I didn't cry. Lukey beside him suddenly burst into tears. At that moment, the doctor didn't know whether to comfort me or her. I dragged Lukey out of the hospital. In fact, the doctor also suggested that I stay in the hospital, saying that in case of emergency, I could still be rescued. And then wait to die after being rescued? I think doctors can be quite humorous sometimes. I was sitting in Lukey's car. Lukey just kept lying on the steering wheel and crying. "Lukey, can you please stop crying?" I felt helpless. I couldn't help it and said out loud, "What on earth is this? Are you blind?" Maybe I did a lot of evil in my previous life, so I have a hard time in this life. But I believe that I will be a very happy person in my next life. When Lukey heard what I said, she cried even harder. "Okay, stop crying. You promised me that you would accompany me to see the land. Don't leave me with no place to rest after I die," I urged Lukey. Lukey wiped her tears and nodded. Lukey and I went back to my hometown. I actually don't like this city. All the misfortunes of my childhood were in this city. The only good thing is that I met Jennifer in this city. Besides, fallen leaves always return to their roots. Beijing doesn't belong to me after all. Lukey and I traveled to many places. I have my eyes on a wilderness. The wilderness faces the sea and is surrounded by many reeds. It is really beautiful at first glance. Lukey didn't like it. "This place is so remote. There's nothing around. Aren't you afraid? Have you ever heard of ghosts being scared?" "No. From now on, you only need to visit me once a year. I like white chrysanthemums," I said, and suddenly thought that it was a bit too long to come here from Beijing. I have already made up my mind. I will stay in a local hospital. Dying in a hospital wouldn't affect anyone. But after I die, I have to trouble Lukey to come here from Beijing for me, cremate me, and bury my ashes at a place of my choice. After I told Lukey about my plan, Lukey was not in a hurry to reply. Beijing. She insisted on accompanying me. I couldn't get her away, so I asked her to accompany me to a place. It was a somewhat old neighborhood. There is a small playground in the community. Many children were playing there. My eyes were fixed on a little girl of 2 or 3 years old. She was very brave and insisted on sliding down the slide by herself. The adults accompanying her were very anxious. "Hua, be obedient. Grandma will help you get on the escalator." "I can do it myself, Grandma. You watch me play." The little girl pushed her away. She was helpless and could only stand by and protect the little girl. I turned and left too. Lukey asked me, "Who is she?" "My mother." "You have a mother?" Lukey was surprised. I couldn't have popped out of a stone. What I mean is, no wonder Lukey was surprised. She hadn't seen any of my relatives in all these years. I was sick, and the only person left was Lukey. My mother actually doesn't remember me either. After she was sold by my gambling father, she suffered a lot of. The torture of a person makes him crazy. My father saw that my mother was going crazy and kicked her out of the house. I still remember kneeling on the ground and begging my dad not to chase my mom away. There is still a scar on my forehead, but it is covered by my bangs. My father kicked me on the forehead and my face was covered in blood. Fortunately, after my mother was kicked out, she met a good person who took her in and took care of her. As time went by, my mother's mental state gradually improved, and the two of them even formed a small family, but they no longer remembered what happened in the past. It's okay not to remember. If I could, I would also like to forget. Since you have a mother, why don't you? Lukey suddenly thought of something and asked me in surprise. I know what she wants to say. Why not ask my mother for a bone marrow match? My mother doesn't even remember me. I don't want to disturb her life. What's more, my mother didn't have many children. The mother of that little girl was the child of that man and his deceased ex-wife. My only hope is my mother. If she fails to match, I will ruin her life. Not worth it. Now it's enough to see her living such a good life. Thomas, you are so kind. Lukey didn't know the ins and outs of the matter, but she still said this out of the blue. I smiled and explained, it's all for the sake of happiness in the next life. Fool, Lukey scolded me. There is no next life for human beings. Once you have lived your life, it is just your life. I still let Lukey go back. She can't give up her job just for me. But I promised her and video chat with her every day. She was afraid that I would die quietly. I actually don't. I would also like to ask her to bury me where I like. Before she went back, she mustered up the courage to ask me, Thomas, are you really going to keep this a secret from Jennifer? Did you tell her? I suddenly became nervous. No. Lukey quickly comforted me. I won't. I calmed down. I also felt that I was too excited just now. I just felt that. Lukey didn't seem to know what to say and confessed. Jennifer called me. I looked at her in surprise. She didn't let me tell you, but I didn't want to hide it from you. Lukey said bluntly, after your affair with Jennifer was exposed, you sent her the video, and I opened my eyes and looked at him. It's really you, he said in surprise. How did you become like this? I didn't answer him, just looked around. Jennifer is not here. I came back to see my mother. She is sick. If I hadn't gone to the hospital to check, I wouldn't have believed it. You are Sue. Cut. He looked at me fiercely. He still seemed unable to believe it. How could you be like this? You went to the hospital to check me up, so shouldn't you know all about my condition? I replied calmly. Daniel acquiesced. The next moment he suddenly became excited. Does Jennifer know? Have no idea. Is this the real reason why you left her? I guess so. Daniel bit his lip and said, the doctor said you won't live for a few days. Right. I won't tell Jennifer. I won't tell her that you are going to die. Daniel said firmly. Daniel turned and left. But at that moment, I seemed to see his eyes were red. The days waiting for death pass slowly, yet pass in a flash. I'm finally going to die. It was as if I had a real sense, and I knew very clearly that I was going to die. I sent a video to Lukey and told him I couldn't take it anymore. Lukey put down his work and rushed over. She came to see me for the last time. I know. I said, Lukey, I have some last words to say. She nodded, nodding frantically. Okay, you tell me. I'll write it down on my phone. I want to laugh, but I can't laugh anymore. I don't actually have many last words. I just have some money on hand. I have almost spent the $1 million Daniel gave me before, and I haven't touched a penny of the $2 million he gave me later. I saved the money in 2 bank cards, one for my mother, but don't tell her it was from me. I let Lukey keep the other one. All these years, thanks to her. I'm so lonely alone. Lukey wrote it down while crying like a dog. Lukey, I have one last wish. I said, my voice becoming very soft. Yeah, I remember that. I opened my mouth. I am so tired. I don't know if I said it. No, never mind. Actually, it's not that important. I closed my eyes heavily. At that moment I saw Jennifer as a young girl. She was wearing a white dress, clean and clear. She sat next to me and used her body to block the glaring sunlight for me. I fell asleep on the desk. I heard her gentle voice in my ears. She said, Thomas, sleep peacefully. I'll be with you. A smile appeared on my lips. Jennifer, if there is an afterlife, I will definitely live up to the time and live up to you.